Hi fam. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. My name is Theresa Moses, a.k.a. Tessy Gold, a.k.a. Adorable. Welcome to my world. I'm a creative journalist with an extraordinary personality. Welcome to my world of sharing your thoughts to inspire you to be unique. It's the thoughts that count. Yeah, it's a concluding part of addiction. Last week we talked about addiction. What are you addicted to? And I made mention of so many types of addiction that one find his or herself. So today I'm going to conclude with social media addiction. Yes, social media addiction. What is social media addiction? Social media first started as a way to connect with friends and family. It since evolved into a desired hobby used by all age groups, the young, the middle-aged, and the old inclusive. You may enjoy social media and use it on a daily basis, but an unanswered question by many is, why are you addicted to it? If you find yourself losing several minutes or even hours at a time using social media, you are not alone but addicted. There might not be so many. There might not be anything as officially diagnosed behavior or addiction as social media addiction, but in reality, social media overuse is increasingly commonplace today, and it may soon have some serious repercussions to one's physical and mental health. It doesn't matter what you use social media for, either to connect with friends and loved ones, watch videos, or simply kill time. You will agree with me that the popularity of this pastime has significantly increased over the last decade. This is especially the case in children and teenagers, as well as young, middle-aged adults. You may want to ask, how does a seemingly harmless hobby turn into an addiction? Yes, it's a tough one, but like other types of behavioral addiction I talked about last week, using social media can influence your brain in harmful ways when you use social media compulsively and excessively. If you can become so used to scrolling through posts, images, and videos on social media that it interferes with other areas of your life. You will agree with me that due to how common social media use is in general, the number of those who use social media addiction may be higher. Yes, it may be higher in the nearest future. Please note that not everyone, the emphasis is not everyone who uses social media will develop an addiction. That is not what I'm saying, but listen attentively. Since this activity is becoming more accessible to more people, there is a possibility that more people may develop an addiction to social media at some point in their lives. Don't get it twisted. Don't say I said everybody is going to be addicted. No, it's at the point of one's life. Some set of people. Why is social media so addicting? Why do we feel social media is going to be another cause or another diagnosis of addiction? While social media can seem like mindless and relaxing fun, it actually has a significant effect on your brain. That's where I'm coming. Whenever you log onto your favorite apps, dopamine signals in your brain increases. These neurotransmitters are associated with pleasure. You see why your dopamine increases? When you experience more dopamine after using social media, your brain identifies this activity as a rewarding one that you ought to repeat again and again. Since a reaction may be more felt whenever you make a post of your own and get positive feedback. I want you to know that the positive feelings experienced during social media use are only temporary. The way your brain engages in the positive reinforcement is also seen in other addiction. Do you know what happens when the feel-good dopamine wears off? You will go back to the source, and the source here is the social media. For more, and more, and more. In some cases, social media can be a welcome distraction if you're isolated due to work or an illness. The more you engage, the more your brain will tell you that this is an activity that can help reduce loneliness, which may necessarily be the case. May not necessarily be the case, actually. Engaging in excessive use of social media does not reduce loneliness. Instead, it distracts you from reality. What are the downsides of social media addiction? Engaging in social media once in a while is unlikely to be harmful. However, there are negative effects to consider when overusing social media. And some of these possible downsides are low self-esteem. This may be prompted by incorrect perceptions that others' lives are better than yours. Have you ever at a point, because of what you see on social media, you feel the other person is better off than you? That's one of the downsides of social media. It increases isolation and loneliness. Social media does not reduce loneliness, it increases it. Anxiety and depression. I've talked about depression extensively. Go to my YouTube at Gatmatch TV and watch extensive discussion that I talked about on depression. Fear of missing out, which can lead to even more social media use. You want to know the activities of your celebrity. You want to know the activity of your other person. You want to know what they engaged, what they did last night. You want to feed your ear. You want to feed your eyes. You want to feed your brains with what they post on social media. Disrupted sleep pattern, especially if you use social media right before bedtime. If you use social media as the last thing before going to bed, you're going to have a disrupted sleep pattern. Decrease physical activities, which may affect your overall health. Poor grades and work performance. Ignoring the relationship in real life. Social media will make you ignore the reality and the real life of what it is to love someone, what it is to feel, to communicate. Signs you are addicted to social media. I'm going to give you some signs to know that you're addicted to social media. So you had to listen to this. Very, very, very important. A mental health professional can help you determine whether you are truly having a social media addiction or just really enjoying using it a lot. But there is a few difference between social media addiction and the habits you love to enjoy, which is one, negative effects to your job or schoolwork due to the overuse of social media. If you're scrolling through your apps, to your favorite apps while at work, while you're supposed to be working, it's not good. Or you're scrolling to your favorite app while you're supposed to be studying, it's a no. Increased use during other activities. Do you actually use social media a lot when you're hanging out with friends and family, or even while you are eating, you're still with your phone going through your social media apps? My dear, that is a sign that you're addicted to social media. Increase reliance on social media as a way to cope with problems. If you're bored, you think you're bored, you're tired, you don't know what to do, and you feel going to social media will help you, but it won't. You're just gradually getting addicted to social media. Are you experiencing relentless and irritability whenever you are using social media? It's a sign of addiction. Or Are you feeling this anger whenever your social media usage is reduced, or you're unable to subscribe, or your subscription just exhausted and you're in the middle of somewhere? That is a sign of an addiction. Or are you thinking about social media whenever you aren't using it? Or maybe you're not with your phone is dropped somewhere and your mind is always at the next event that will be happening on your social media favorite apps. These are the signs that you are addicted to social media. Let me give you some tips to decrease the social media use. Whether you have social media addiction or you're just on your apps more than you need to be, the good news is there are ways you can help decrease your overall use. Consider the following tips to help you achieve a healthier, balanced life with social media. Because so many people tell you that I'm not addicted, I just sweep in for a few minutes and get out. But it doesn't work that way actually. You're gradually getting addicted to it. So that's why I'm going to give you some tips to decrease social media use. Whether you have social media, like I said, whether you have it for fun or you're just been addicted, listen to this very, very key point. Delete your social media apps from your smartphone. Yes. Delete your social media apps from your smartphones. While you can still access them from your personal laptops or your computers, keep them off your phone may help you decrease the amount of time spent on social media overall. 2. Turn off your personal phones during work or as well during school or while you are eating during meals and recreational activities. You can also adjust the setting of each social media app so you can turn off certain notifications. 3. Set aside a certain amount of time dedicated to social media per day. Turn on a timer to help keep you accountable if the need arises. Leave your smartphone, your tablet, and your computer out of your bedroom. Put it in the sitting room or lock it up in the car while you get home at the end of your daily activity. It's very important. Take up a new hobby that's not technologically related. Example, it could be sports, arts, and crafts, or better still, a cooking class, or better still, building or making of throw pillows or any other thing that engages you. Make it a habit to see your friends and family in person when possible and not rely on social media highs and social media WhatsApp and social media emojis. Please make it a habit. It's very, very important. Make it a habit to always reach out to your friends in person. Please don't always feel, because the person will just tell you send them a message, how you doing, and they tell you I am fine, but actually they are not really fine. They are really not fine. So please, it's important. It's very, very important to always reach out to your friends in person. It is also important to take regular break. Don't forget, it's also very important to take regular breaks from social media together to help you find real life grounding. Depending on your needs, basically, I'm going to talk about it though. Depending on your needs, your break can last for 1 day per week, a whole month. Yes, it's a gradual process. By the time you start cutting it off, decreasing the use, minutes, hours, before you know, week, days, and months, you understand, or an entire section. Let yourself be in control of this decision, not your social media account. Don't let your social media account control your decision. Let it not control your life, please. Social media is increasingly omnipresent today, but this doesn't mean you will automatically develop an addiction to it. But taking frequent breaks and setting clear boundaries for yourself and your children as well can help you prevent an over-reliance on social media before it becomes harmful. Like I said, it's a gradual process. It starts gradually. Don't just wake up one morning and find yourself addicted, but you start gradually. If you do suspect you have social media addiction, there are ways you can treat it to increase your overall well-being. Don't hesitate to reach out to mental health professionals for help with this type of addiction. I keep telling you, reach out for help. Don't be silent. Speak out. Look for help. Speak to someone. Don't keep it to yourself. Reassess your social media habits by trying to implement periods of digital free time and delete friends that are all drama or constantly negative. Yes, there are so many drama friends we have in our lives. Please let us start deleting them. They're all negative, and negative vibes isn't going to take you anywhere. Instead, it's going to make you think of committing suicide, think you're inferior, think you're not there, think you're not good enough. That is what the negativity part of social media does to you, and again your friends as well. Until you learn to log off from social media for weeks, you will never know about friendship and how much value we place on social interaction. Let me quickly talk about understanding internet addiction. Don't get it twisted. Internet addiction, just like other addictions, doesn't have a clear cause, but several factors can play a role. We all go over everything we need to. Experts say excessive screen time can reduce the cognitive abilities of young children. Our kids are no longer performing like they should, like we used to during our time. And you never told. During our time, there was no social media, so we focus on our books. But now, everybody, almost, you can see a 10 years old with a phone and has his own social media platform operating. It affects these children. What product are we going to? We want to change the narrative. We want to make Nigeria great, but how do we do that when our children are already going astray? We often forget that some of us are on the other side of a suicide attempt and need support. Yes, somebody almost committed suicide because her phone was taken from her in less than 24 hours. See what social media addiction does to someone? Sure, it's fun to see what your friends and family members are up to on WhatsApp status, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. And it seems harmless to check your Instagram feeds as well while you are waiting for a friend or a colleague to meet. But have you ever thought about how much time all these clicks and finger swipes consume in your day? Users spend nearly an hour or more daily on Facebook and its partner apps, Messenger and Instagram. Your social media use can also take a mental toll. Surfing through news feeds can cause feelings of distress and anxiety, and comparing yourself to what your friends are doing. You go through a social media status or WhatsApp or Facebook, and you say, oh wow, the Madison are on vacation to the Bahamas, and you feel, wow, when will I get there? You start thinking so many negativities in your head. It brings you down. It's not everything you see on social media that are real, so don't get carried away with what you see on social media. Your favorite celebrity might tell you to do something that they don't do, so why do it? It's what's so many issues that we have faced on social media. Not to forget, not only will social media pull you out of your day with the time you waste on it, but it can also pull you out of your day psychologically. If you're feeling all this, there are ways to still bounce back. Don't give up hope. You can still bounce back to your normal life. If you notice yourself on social media more than you would like, please listen to the radio or educative, informative programs, business oriented CDs can offer some principled way to scale back to normal life. But you can still change your routine. Kick out the habit of looking at social media first thing in the morning. Go watch my video on make time for time. There are some things you don't do. Some things you don't do. If you must be productive, make time for time if you want to be productive. Have a routine. There are some things you don't do. Don't. It's a capital don't. Don't pick up your phone first thing in the morning. See what went on last night that may have missed out on your turn, that you have missed out, can turn your day south before you even get out of bed. You see what I mean? Start with a 15-minute embargo and go longer and longer before checking your favorite social media apps. Do the same to curb use at the end of the day before bedtime. Social media should never be the first thing you go with, you start with in the morning, and never the last thing you end your day with. Very, very important. Secondly, experiment with a digital free time zone. Try banning social media use during meals, or consider a 24-hour break. It's difficult. I admit it's not going to be easy, but it will pay off at the long run. If you're a parent, it's especially important to model being unplugged and demonstrate that the world does not stop spinning when you are offline. The world still moves. So why kill yourself? Why think of committing suicide just because you have no access to your favorite media apps, or no access to what your celebrities do, what they do? Clean up your social media, please. Weed out people who are negative. The whole lot of toxic and negative people on social media. Please weed them out. Get them out. Kick them out. Negativity, they say, is cannibalistic, because the more you feed it. Clean up your social media. Weed out people who are negative. Negativity, they say, is cannibalistic, because the more you feed it, the bigger and stronger it grows. Eliminating negativity and its associates brings back your sanity. Please do that. Remove social media from your portable devices. Only set up access to your desktop at home to limit how often you sign on. Embrace the alternatives. Instead of habitually looking at your phone when you have downtime, carry a magazine or a book to read. When last did you read a book? When last did you read a book? I don't think you have an idea when last you did. Use your time. If you feel bored, use your time to quiet your mind. Meditate. Strike up a conversation, or just watch people do their daily activities. Be in an authentic space rather than a visual world. After all, it's a lot better to stand in front of a tree than look at a photograph of one. I hope you get that. Okay, let me talk about the disadvantages and advantages of social media. I know it's caused a whole lot of addiction and all that, but don't get it twisted. It has its own advantages, it has its own disadvantages. What I want you to do is focus more on the advantages and let it be. Don't live your life for social media. Social media can be a useful tool for business, bringing advantages such as engaging with your audience and boosting website traffic. However, there can also be disadvantages, including the resources required and negative feedback. Considering these pros and cons can help you decide the best approach to social media for you. Let me start with the advantages. The business benefits of effective social media use are brand awareness. Compelling and relevant content will grab the attention of potential customers and increase brand visibility. A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. 2. Brand reputation. You can respond instantly to industry development and be seen as thought leader or expert in your field. This can improve how your business is seen by your audience. Don't forget that public relation is getting someone else to say you are good. Thirdly, cost effective. It can be much cheaper than traditional advertising and promotional activities. The cost of maintaining a social media presence are minimal if you choose to invest in paid advertising, you can spend as much or as little as your budget allows. Then another one is website traffic. Social content can boost traffic on your website. This can lead to increased online conversations such as sales and lead evaluation. It is easy to measure how much website traffic you receive from social media. You can set up tracking to determine how many sales are generated by paid social media advertising as well. Customer interaction. You can deliver improved customer services and respond effectively to feedback. Positive feedback is public that can be persuasive to other potential customers. Negative feedback should not be forgotten. Negative feedback highlights areas where you can improve. Don't ignore them. Never ignore negative feedbacks. They're all going to make your business and your brand effective. Target audience. Customers can find you through the social media platforms they use the most. You can choose to maintain a presence on a particular platform that are in line with your target audience. Take for instance, if you're targeting young people, you decide to reach them through Snapchat. If you're seeking business customers, LinkedIn may be the best channel. Lastly, brand loyalty. You can build relationship with your customers through social media. This can help increase loyalty and advocacy. Very, very key. Now let me talk about the disadvantages of social media. Some of the disadvantages of using social media include resources. You will need to commit resources to manage your social media presence, responding to feedback, and producing new content. This can include hiring and training staff, investing in paid advertising, and paying for the cost of creating video or image content. Evaluation. While it is easy to quantify the return on investment in terms of online sales generated by social media advertising, there are some less tangible benefits. It can be hard to measure and place a monetary value on the brand awareness and reputation that social media can bring. It's difficult to know how social media affects sales in store. Ineffective use. Social media can be used ineffectively. For example, using social media to push for sales without engaging with customers or failing to respond to negative feedback may damage your reputation. If you feel you don't want to seek help in overcoming your addiction at this time, focus on ensuring that it doesn't harm those around you or yourself even. Even if you don't want to tell other people about your problem, try not to lie to those close to you. That is why sharing your thoughts is always there to listen to you, to share your experience and ideas. We are always there. We are your friend next door. We are your sister like no other and your brother like no other. We are your family. In all you do, please see a psychiatrist or a psychologist who is skilled in helping people to overcome emotional difficulties and making changes in their lives. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, seek help immediately. Many people live with all sorts of addictions. Some don't even know they are addicted, which can wreak havoc on one's life. I'm still your girl, Theresa Moses, a.k.a. Tessy Gold, a.k.a. Adorable, a creative journalist with an extraordinary personality. Share your experiences, your suggestions, your thoughts with us through the comment section or via email. Don't forget to share, like, and follow me on all social media platforms, especially my Facebook page. I respond to people more on my Facebook page than on my personal Facebook place. So if you want a quick response, always follow and drop a message on my Facebook page. Thank you for being so amazing. Thank you for creating time to be here. It's 30 minutes of your time. Man, I really appreciate. Really appreciate. 30 minutes of your time to listen to me, 30 minutes of your time to appreciate. I say thank you for being there. Thank you so much. God bless you. I love you with the whole of my heart. I love you from the depth of my heart. Don't forget, keep sending in your DMs, keep sending in your suggestions, keep sharing your thoughts with us. Without you, there is no sharing your thoughts. It's your thoughts that counts, and that's what makes sharing your thoughts unique. Don't forget, sharing your thoughts is not to spite you, but to inspire you to be unique. Your experience, your thoughts might help somebody out of a serious challenge. With your experience, with your thoughts, someone out there will listen. Someone out there will be a better version of him or herself. Thank you for always believing in me. Thank you for supporting me. I can't mention your names, but you know I love you from the depth of my heart. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. I am nothing without you. I am who I am because of you. Don't forget, let me be the first to wish you a happy new month in March. In less than few hours, you will be in March. Let me be the first to wish you happy new month. And don't forget, this March, 8th of this March is going to be the International Women's Day. So I'm going to talk about the women. I'm going to celebrate the women. Women of purpose. Are you purposeful? What purpose? Woman, unlock your purpose. A whole lot of things I'm going to share with you as a woman. So if you're a guy, you're a gentleman, and you have a mother, you have a sister, you have a wife, a niece, whoever you are, please don't forget to follow me in this match, because I have a lot of amazing ideas, a lot of thoughts to share with you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Bye.